My son stumbled backward, one hand over his cheek. The sound of the slap echoed through the backyard like a gunshot. Laughter followed. Cruel, contagious. My wife's brother, Chad, smirked as if he'd done something noble. Like father, like son, both useless. Then came the chuckle, deeper, older. My father-in-law, sitting on his throne of patio cushions. Well, he said, lifting his drink, he needed to learn some shame. And everyone just kept eating. My son blinked hard. He didn't cry. He looked to me, and I didn't rush to him, didn't shout, didn't throw a punch. I just stared at the microphone clipped under the center table, blinking red and alive. They didn't know, but I did, and that was all I needed. The fracture started years ago. They never liked me. I knew that. They never tried to hide it. Too quiet, too principled, too blue-collar. Their words, not mine. But my wife, she always defended them, always said they didn't mean it, that I shouldn't take things so personally. So I stopped reacting. I became a shadow at their dinners, a name they remembered only when something needed fixing. The family's silent handyman. They tolerated me because I stayed quiet. And then we had a son. And for a while I believed, maybe stupidly, that it would soften them. But they didn't change. They just found a new target, smaller, easier to humiliate. And my wife, she stayed silent, every time. But that slap, that moment, that was the final straw. They broke something that day. Not just his spirit, something in me too. I didn't confront Chad that night, didn't look for apologies or fights. Instead, I spent the evening downloading. The microphone I planted, originally meant for a different kind of truth, had caught everything. The slap, the insults, the laughter, even my wife's voice, whispering to her brother, "He's always so passive, he won't do anything." I stayed calm, focused. I collected old texts, videos, photos, family dinners where I was cropped out, conversations my son had recorded when no one thought he was listening. I started seeing a pattern. They didn't see me as family, not even as human. And my wife? She wasn't blind to it. She was part of it. She watched them pick him apart piece by piece and did nothing. That wasn't love. It was complicity. And now I had proof. The next weekend, they hosted another dinner. I came this time, uninvited. Walked in through the back, holding a small black box. They froze. Chad tried to joke. Didn't think you'd grow a spine. I didn't speak. Just placed the box on the table. Pressed play. Silence. Then, static. Then, the slap. The words. The laughter. Their voices. Undeniable. My wife's face went pale. Her father stood up, furious. Her mother gasped. Chad's smirk cracked. And then came her line again, clear as glass. "He's always so passive. He won't do anything." I looked at her, not with rage, just cold, quiet truth. I did something. I didn't threaten, didn't scream, didn't strike. I handed her an envelope. Inside, a full custody petition, a restraining order against Chad, a legal complaint against her father for psychological abuse, the audio transcript attached to a media email already queued for local press. "This is what I've been doing," I said. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I turned to Chad. "Try touching him again. See where you end up." His fists clenched, but he didn't move, because now I wasn't alone. Now the law stood beside me, and the truth. I took my son's hand, and I walked out. Not in rage, not in haste, in silence. Like a man walking away from a burning house. one he set on fire, brick by brick, with nothing but truth and a wire. We live quietly now. My son laughs more, sleeps easier, no more sudden flinches, no more whispered apologies for simply existing. As for her family, they lost their jobs, their reputations. Turns out, society doesn't smile on men who slap children and laugh about it. My wife sent a letter, 4 pages. I didn't read it, because what mattered had already been said, by her own voice. The microphone had been on, but so had I. And now, I don't wait for their approval. I don't need her loyalty. I built my silence into a weapon, and I used it the only way that mattered. Final line, they taught my son shame, so I taught them consequence.